welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Erica. Thank you so much for clicking on my video. I would love to have you subscribe, like, comment, and if you're returning, welcome back. Thank you so much for being here. So today's video is going to be a collab. This person and I have collabed together 2 other times, so this is our 3rd collaboration, and I am so excited to be doing this with her. Her name is Marina. Her channel name is Make by Marina. I will definitely have her channel linked in the description box. If you have not subscribed to Marina, do yourself a huge favor and instantly go to her channel and subscribe and watch her videos. She and I met several months ago through YouTube and just instantly formed this amazing friendship. Marina is one of the most beautiful, talented women, creators, and friends I've ever had in my entire life. She creates the most beautiful, dynamic eye looks I have ever seen. She's not afraid of glitter. She's not afraid of color. She's not afraid of shimmer. She just goes for it. And she is my eye look hero. I am not kidding you. So a little while ago, she got a hold of me on Instagram and she knows that I have a specific palette and she ordered it too. And she said, when I get my palette, would you like to do a palette bingo with me? And I was like, are you kidding? Yes, I would love to do that. So what palette are we going to be using? Well, it's the Stone Cold Fox palette from Colourpop. Oh yes, it is. This is my absolute favorite cool tone palette. I love this. And I got the pleasure of picking the 5 shades with my random generator app that we'll be using in our palette bingo today. And I know my palette's a little dirty. It's very well loved, so I hope that doesn't offend anybody, but I love this palette. So the first shade that I selected is this shade here called I Dig It. It's kind of this like sandy champagne shimmer shade. Then I selected Quarry Days, which is kind of this medium brown matte. Then I selected Luxe, which is kind of the creamy matte in the palette. Then I selected Rock Bottom, which is this black matte. And then I selected this shade here. I believe it's called Nice Guy. It's G-N-E-I-S-S. That must be some rock. I don't know. Some of you probably know and are like, okay. But this is the one I selected last. And this is kind of a deeper shimmer to this one here. It's kind of a more brownish shimmer. And I think this is a lovely color story. I have swatched it on my arm right here. These are the 5 shades. And I think I did a pretty good job. I've got 3 mattes and 2 shimmers. Hallelujah. And you know, you really can't go wrong with that palette because there's so many beautiful shades in there. And not only are we going to be doing a palette bingo today, I have created a list of 10 questions that are holiday related that I thought would be fun for each of us to answer. You guys can kind of get to know us better when it comes to the holidays. So if you're interested to see the look that I'm going to create with the 5 shades that I randomly selected using the Colourpop Stone Cold Fox palette for my collab with Marina, and also hear my answers to the 10 holiday questions, then please sit back, relax, and let's get started. All right, let's get started with this look using the Stone Cold Fox Colourpop palette. I'm so excited. When she got a hold of me and told me that she just ordered this palette and then asked me to do a palette bingo collab with her, I totally freaked out. I was like, yes! I was like, I think I was on my lunch hour at work and I was just like, trying to like keep myself together because I just got this job and I don't want to like totally go berserko in the office, but I could have very easily. I just held it in. I did it internally. Okay, so I'm going to start off with this shade here called Quarry Days. I'm going to use my trusty Beach Cosmetics brush. All of my face makeup is on. My brows are done. My eyelids are primed, and all of that will be listed in the description box. So please go there if you're interested to know what else I have on my face today. And then I'm also going to be answering 10 holiday themed questions that I came up with for Marina and I to answer while we create our look. I thought that would be kind of fun. So the first question is, what is your favorite Christmas carol? And for me, that would be Carol of the Bells. It's like that dun 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 dun. I'm not going to sing it. Well, that's where I'm going to draw the line, is right there. So don't run screaming from your phone like your own hair's on fire. I'm not a singer. I'm many things, but a singer is not one of them. But I love Carol of the Bells. And what was really cool is that I discovered there's a version of it on YouTube that a group, like a boys choir, sings. And it is so touching and moving, and I love it. And my heat keeps kicking on, so I'm sorry if you have that this sound in your ear. I kind of can't turn the heat off because it's freezing outside, but my register is like right above my phone, so I apologize. But yeah, I love Carol of the Bells. And then my mom was a huge fan of Mannheim Steamroller. They're kind of like this, I don't know, I would say more of like a techno pop type musical group. It's mostly just instrumental type songs. And they do a version of Deck the Halls, and they also do a version of Silent Night that my mom loved and that I love too. So those are 2 of my other favorites. But my absolute favorite is Carol of the Bells. I love it. And I love this shade. This is one of my favorite shades in this palette. I just love it. It goes on so easily and it looks so gorgeous, and it's just nicely pigmented, and it's just a beautiful kind of taupey brown, cool tone brown shade, and I love it. The next question is, what is the Christmas tradition that you love the most? And that's a tough question because there's several Christmas traditions that I love. But I would honestly say that watching my kids get up and come down the stairs when we lived with my parents on Christmas morning was my favorite tradition. I just loved seeing their faces light up when they would see what Santa had brought them, and just, you know, like going in and waking them up. Sometimes they would get up before me because they were so excited they could, I don't even think they slept more than like 15 minutes throughout the night. But sometimes as they got older and waking up wasn't their strong suit, I would go in and wake them up, and I love that. I love that. I'd go in there and just scream, "It's Christmas, get up!" And they'd be like, "Okay," and just fly down the stairs. I love that. And then as a kid, my favorite tradition was my mom would let me open one Christmas gift on Christmas Eve, because we always did it Christmas morning. That's how we do it here still, my family. But we would open, or I would open one gift on Christmas Eve night, and I loved that. So that was my favorite tradition as a kid. Now I'm going to go into Nice Guy, and I'm going to put that towards the outer part of my lid there. Grab a brush for that. The next question is what favorite Christmas decoration do you own? And I have one that I'm going to show you here in just a minute, but 90% of the, isn't that shade gorgeous? 90% of the Christmas decorations that I own, my mom gave me. She just, when I moved out of her house and got my own house, she just kind of started giving me Christmas decorations that she knew that I loved, that I had kind of grown up with, and which was just such a wonderful gift from her to give to me. A lot of the stuff she was just kind of sick of using she'd had for so long. But so I have several things that my mom gave me, like decorations that I put around the house, and also like ornaments that I put on the tree. She gave me like a whole set of snowmen, and I just love snowmen. That's like my favorite kind of Christmas decoration, or snowmen. I just love those so much. I'm so glad she gave those to me. So the one that I'm going to show you is this one here, kind of heavy. This is this little 3-man snowman thing. It kind of moves, and like we set it up like this. And there's this cute little like wooden house, like this wooden snowman house that goes behind it, but it's kind of big, and I didn't want to carry it all the way up the stairs. But I just think this is so cute, and I love it. And it always reminds me of my mom. And I'm really happy that I've been able to kind of get past the grieving process so that I can put those things out again, because for the first like 3 years after she passed away, I couldn't even look at the Christmas decorations. Not to be depressing, but I'm just being honest. It was just really hard, and now I can do that, and I'm very happy that I can do that, because it's very nice to be able to have her decorations out. The next question is, do you prefer a fake or live tree? I've cleaned that brush off, and I'm going to go into Dig It. I dig it and put that towards the front part of my lid. I would prefer to have, love that shade. I would prefer to have a live tree. However, when I was like, I don't know, 8 or 9, so like 3rd or 4th grade, every single Christmas I started getting a sty in both eyes, which is where like your tear duct gets all infected and swollen and gross, and it hurts. It's kind of gross. It's not very fun at all. But I would get one every single Christmas, and we could not figure out why I kept getting them. And I would go to the doctor, he'd put me on like this antibiotic cream, and I'd have to put like hot compresses on my eyes, and finally it would, you know, go away. But it was just, you know, it was not fun. So I think I was maybe 13 or 14 and was back at the doctor's office again with another sty. And my doctor said, you know what, I think she's allergic to pine trees, Christmas trees, because this happens every year at Christmas time. So I think it's probably time for you guys to quit getting trees in your house and just invest in a fake tree. And my mom was already there because she was so sick of cleaning up the Christmas tree needles that were all over the floor. So yeah, we ended up getting a fake tree, and I never ever got another sty in my eye. I mean, I can be around Christmas trees, I just can't have them like in my direct living area. Isn't that weird? I don't know if you guys know of anybody else that goes through that, or if you have that same problem, but I have never met another living soul that has that issue, and it's just really irritating. But I have a really cute fake tree. We call it our Charlie Brown tree, and I love it. I think it's super cute. My kids love it. It's not super big, but it's not small. It's just kind of medium sized, and it does the job. It holds all of the Christmas ornaments that we have, and yeah, I love it. It's fun. I really enjoy that, and I'm loving this eye look. I think it's gorgeous. However, I am going to go back over with my BH Cosmetics brush. I'm just going to go back in with Hoary Days, put a little bit more of that down, just kind of around that shimmer so that it's not quite so stark looking. The next question is, what is your favorite holiday beverage? And as a kid, my parents would always get this hot buttered rum mix. It was called Tom and Jerry's. And they would just make me like just the mix. They wouldn't put the rum in there because I was like, I don't know, in grade school. And I still love that to this day. I don't drink alcohol, but I do like to get the mix and just have it by itself. It's just kind of this warm, kind of cinnamony, nutmeggy, toffee, I don't know, just kind of hot buttered rum flavored beverage, and I love it. It's so good. I also like eggnog, but I don't like really thick eggnog because it's almost kind of like mucusy. Don't like that. But if it's thinner, I like it. And I love the smell of eggnog. I think it smells really good. I also love hot cocoa with marshmallows. That's my favorite. And then I also really enjoy when Starbucks has like the peppermint mochas and the salted caramel mochas. Those are my favorites too. All right, now I'm going to go into this shade here, this shade called Luxe, and kind of blend out that transition shade. Let me find a brush for that. The next question is, what is my favorite Christmas movie? And my favorite Christmas movie is The Grinch. I love it. I love the original version, like the animated one. My husband and I actually just listened to You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch, the other night and laughed about how funny the song is and how funny the movie is. But my favorite version is the one with Jim Carrey. Oh, I love that. He is hysterical. And my daughter and I love to quote that movie to each other. We are like known for quoting movies to each other, which kind of drives everybody around us a little nuts because half the time they're like, what are you guys even talking about? And we're like, we know. We know what we're talking about. And then we laugh hysterically. But yeah, my dad gets a little annoyed. He's like, okay, you guys, enough. Either let everybody join in on the secret or quit doing that. But we think we're pretty funny. And, but yeah, I just love Jim Carrey. I love The Grinch. It's so great. And I also really like the Santa Claus with Tim Allen. I think that's a wonderful Christmas movie too. And I like, you know, the classics like It's a Wonderful Life and Miracle on 34th Street. Those are fine too, but I would prefer to watch The Grinch. Elf's okay, although Will Ferrell drives me a little batty after a while. I mean, he's funny, but then he's like kind of not funny. So maybe you're probably thinking I've lost my mind, but I don't know. He just doesn't really cut it for me all the time. And then the Christmas movie I like the least, and I know I'm going to get some hate over this, and please, it's nothing personal. If you love this movie, it's wonderful. I just drives me crazy, is The Christmas Story. And part of that is because here they, on our cable station here, one of the channels, they play that for 24 hours straight. Like, stop it. I don't know. That movie drives me nuts. Okay, now I'm going to go into Rock Bottom and just put a teeny tiny little bit of that towards my outer V there. The next question is, what is my best Christmas memory? And I've been thinking about that a lot because I have a lot of really good Christmas memories. But I guess the one main Christmas memory that keeps flashing in my head is when my kids and I lived with my parents. My mom and I were Santa. Hate to disappoint everybody, but we were Santa. And we would put the kids to bed, you know, try to get them to bed before midnight because they would be just wild with excitement and so like ready for Santa to come. And I would be like, okay, you have to go to bed because we have to put your Santa gifts out under the tree. And typically, especially my son, he would want these elaborate like Batman buildings or I don't know, Spider-Man lands or something like that. And the way that they package those things is ridiculous. I mean, so this one year, I think he was like 4 or 5, he had wanted this Batman like cityscape set. And it was like this 3-story building and it had like a elevator on the inside and all these little action heroes and stuff. And so my mom and I get it out of the box and we're like trying to put it together. And some of the pieces were literally screwed into the box. We had to go dig around out in the garage to find my dad's screwdrivers. And you know, it's like midnight or 1 in the morning or whatever it was, some ungodly hour. We're both exhausted. We've been shopping for days. We just want to go to bed. And we're like, okay, now we got to put this damn thing together. And I just remember us like, we were like sweating, we were swearing, we were just howling with laughter. And that was so much fun. I'm going to go back into Corey Days. So I couldn't remember what I was doing here. And just kind of blend that black shade out a little bit, that rock bottom shade. But I will never forget that Christmas. And just the sheer ridiculous laughter that we ended up breaking into, just because it was just crazy. Putting this thing together, I was like, when is this ever going to end? You know, like you'd get one of the screws unscrewed and get that piece out of the box, and then you had to unscrew the next piece. I mean, why would anybody want to steal one of those toys? You know, good luck getting it out of the box. My God, unless you have a whole toolkit, you're never going to be able to get it out anyway. So yeah, that's my very favorite Christmas memory, is just remembering those Santa moments with my mom, and just laughing hysterically, and how annoyed we would get, because we literally, like I said, we just wanted to go to bed. We were just like, okay, come on, like, let's get this dang thing put together. And like, I can also remember like the years after that, like my mom would try to like hide the Christmas like magazines, you know, that had like the Toys R Us ads. She would like try to hide those kind of things from Braden, so he wouldn't be like, I want one of those. And my mom's like, no, I'm not doing that again. Oh, so funny. Now I think I'm going to do my lower lash line, and I'm going to start off with this. This is a NYX Professional Makeup Jumbo Eye Pencil in the shade Sparkle Nude. I love these. I haven't used these in forever, but they work really well in the waterline. So I think I'm just going to put that in both waterlines here real quick, and then I'm going to do my lower lash line. The next question is, do you open your presents on Christmas Eve or Christmas morning? And we kind of do a combination of both. When I was growing up, we would always just open the one present on Christmas Eve, and then I would get up Christmas morning and open all my presents and see what Santa brought me. And that's kind of what I did with my kids when they were growing up. But then once the kids and I kind of moved out on our own, we did kind of something a little bit different than that. Hold on just a second, let me grab a brush. And I think what I'm gonna do is start off with Corey Days and put that down on my lower lash line. But now that we live in our own house, I would have Christmas with my kids on Christmas Eve, just the three of us. And then Christmas morning, we would get up super early and we would race over to my mom's house and see what Santa brought over at my mom's house. And then we would spend all day at my mom's house, just kind of hanging out and playing with Christmas presents and pigging out, and then having a big, huge dinner. And it was really fun. When I got together with my husband, how we do it now is we have Christmas Eve with his family, and then Christmas morning we get up and we typically the kids will open the gifts from my husband and I, and then we go over to my dad's house and have Christmas morning with him. Usually like make a big breakfast, and we used to like go out to breakfast on Christmas morning, but I don't know, that just kind of ends up becoming a big zoo. So now we just kind of make breakfast together at my dad's house, and I love that. All right, now I'm gonna go into Rock Bottom and just put a little bit of that towards the outer part of my lower lash line here. And then the next question is, what is my favorite Christmas dessert? My mom used to make this Jell-O salad every Christmas. And I do have the recipe and I do need to make it. It's not gonna be anywhere near as good as hers. I know it's not. That's one of the things that's so hard, is that I just can't get it anywhere near as good as my mom could get it. But it was this Jell-O salad, and it's like raspberry flavored Jell-O with real raspberries inside of it. And you also mix it with applesauce. And then there was like a topping to it that was like melted marshmallows and sour cream, which sounds kind of weird, but it's so good. And I think, was there whipped cream in it too? I don't know, but she would like make it this like really like creamy, thick, amazing consistency. And it was kind of like this sweet and sour, just deliciousness. And I love that. And I really need to make that because the kids love it. I love it. My dad loves it. So I don't know, maybe this year I'll make that. We'll see. I haven't made it since she's passed, but I would really like to do that. And then I also love like Dutch apple pie, like that apple pie that's got that crumbly, delicious top on it. Love that. I could eat that for the rest of my life. I love it so much. And then let's see what else. Pumpkin pie. I don't know. I liked it as a kid. I don't really like it as an adult. I don't know why, but I don't. All right, now I'm going to grab my little brush here and I'm going to go into a Nice Guy. I'm going to put that down on my lower lash line, just kind of towards the front and middle part there. And then I think I'm going to put that I Dig It shade as my inner corner because I thought that would be really nice. And I love all kinds of Christmas cookies. My Nana, my dad's mom, she has since passed away, but she used to make the most delicious ginger snap cookies. And my aunt, my dad's sister, she still makes those. She kind of has pioneered that recipe, and oh, it's so good. They're so good. I love those cookies. I love my aunt, my mom's best friend from childhood. She makes us these chocolate truffles and she sends them to us. She lives down in Southern Oregon and she'll send those to us, and those are amazing. She just sent us a box of those, and I'm trying really hard not to eat the whole box. My husband just went back to work today, and he would like for me to save him some of those, but I don't know. We'll see. I think that looks gorgeous. Okay, now for my very last question, and this is perfect timing because I'm going to be doing my inner corner and tying everything up here. What is the one thing you always wanted for Christmas but you never got? And that would be a drum set. I'm going to go into I Dig It and put that in my inner corner. I have always wanted to learn how to play the drums, okay? Always. I just think female drummers are badass. They are badass. They are amazing. They are like true rock stars. And Lenny Kravitz is one of my absolute favorite musicians, singers, everything, person. I just think he's an amazing man. And he has a female drummer that is so amazing. She is just unbelievably amazing. And my husband and I actually watched a documentary not too long ago about different drummers, and she was featured in that documentary. And I am so like infatuated with her. She's just so good, so talented. But yeah, I always wanted to have a drum set. My mom refused to buy me a drum set. However, she did buy my children an electronic drum set when they were like, grade school and middle school. And I was like, and of course, you know, that was after we'd moved out of the house. So it went to my house. I was like, oh, thanks, Mom. Awesome. And I, you know, definitely understood why she never wanted me to have a drum set, because it's kind of obnoxious. But growing up, there was a boy that lived behind me, and our like backyards kind of like butted up against each other. And he was a drummer, and he ended up actually being a very successful drummer for a Christian rock band. They were really good. Can't remember the name of the band, but they were really good. And were, you know, did pretty well for a while. But he would drum in his backyard during the summers, and I would just stand on the stool and watch him over the fence and just be like, oh, why can't I do that? I want to do that. Okay, I am going to go back with Luxe and just kind of make sure that's really nicely blended out, because to me, it looks a little funky. And then I'm going to go off camera, clean things up, add the final touches, and then I will come back and show you how everything came together. But I hope you guys enjoyed listening to the answers of those questions. And if you want to answer these questions in the comment section, go for it. I will have them all listed in the description box. So if you can't remember everything that I answered, or you cheated and just fast forwarded to the end, you can go to my description box and answer those questions in the comment section. I would love that. That'd be awesome. But I really am loving this look. This palette is so gorgeous. I love the shimmers. The shimmers are so soft and beautiful and nice. And I just think that looks wonderful together. So like I said, I'm going to clean this up a little bit, put on the finishing touches. I'll be right back to show you how it all came together. All right, this is the finished look. I love how this look turned out. I am so in love with this palette. I am so happy that Marina ordered this palette and asked me to do this palette bingo collab with her. Marina, I mean it. Thank you so much for doing this with me. I wish you and your family the happiest of holidays, and I hope in the new year that you and I do tons more collabs together. I thoroughly enjoy doing this with you, my love. Okay, so the palette. Let's look at this one more time. This is the Stone Cold Fox palette from Colourpop. My absolute favorite cool tone palette in all the land. I love it. Oh, I love it. All right, so on the lid, I used a combination of I Dig It and Nice Guy. Those were the two shimmers that I selected. I love them. In my transition area, I used the shade Corey Days. I blended that out with Luxe here. And then I also used Rock Bottom in my outer V and on my lower lash line. And then also on my lower lash line, I use a combination of Corey Days and then Nice Guy. And then I put this in my inner corner. I Dig It. And I dig it. I love this entire palette. I know that there are some repeating shades in here, and I know that cool tones aren't everybody's favorites. This is a very neutral, dare I say boring? No, I will not say boring. This is not a boring palette. I'm sorry, I don't think it is. I love it. But, I mean, I can't sing its praises enough. I just think it's such great quality. I love all the different tones in here. Yes, there are some repeating ones. I know I've said that. I'm repeating myself now. But I just love it. It's so much fun to use. The shadows work so well together. They play nicely together in the sandbox, and they blend out really nice. The mattes blend out really nice, and the shimmers are gorgeous. They're very soft. They're very sheeny. I just, I can't say anything negative about this palette. I love it so much. And I also wanted to go over a few other things that I used on my finished look. For my eyeliner, I used the e.l.f. liquid liner. I got this last year for Christmas, and I thought, you know what, I'm gonna use it again for Christmas, for my Christmas themed look. And I love this. It's got such a nice brush tip on it. It goes on really well. It stays on really nicely. It doesn't like flake or crack or chip off throughout the day. And I haven't used this in forever and just thought it was appropriate to pull out and use for my holiday themed collab. Love it. For my mascara, I use the Feature Length Mascara from Barry M. This was sent to me by my dear friend Linda on Instagram, all the way from Sweden. I am having a blast with this mascara. I use it all the time. It is gorgeous. It's got such a great consistency. It makes your lashes look longer and thicker, and I love it. I just love it. Thank you, Linda. I love it. And then on my lips, I used the Cara Beauty Metal Liquid Lipstick in the shade Vintage. I just thought this was a nice shade for the eye look. It's kind of a brown, bronzy, metallic look to it. And I love these. I know I say this all the time. It's gonna take me probably hours to get these off my lips. I'll probably still have them on. Literally, I'll go wash my face and I will have remnants of this on my lips when I wake up tomorrow morning. But I just love this so much. And I thought this would be nice with the eye look. I cannot wait to see Marina's look with this palette. I know it's going to be absolutely gorgeous. I love doing palette bingo collabs. It's so much fun to see like what we each do with the palette, with the shades that we selected. Are they the same? Are they completely different? It's just so much fun. And I hope you guys enjoyed listening to the answers to my holiday themed questions. And I cannot wait to listen to Marina's answers as well. I'm going to have those questions linked in the description box. Feel free to answer those if you'd like to. I know that not everybody celebrates Christmas, so feel free to tailor that however you want, whatever you celebrate. I would love to know like your traditions and just the fun things that you do and fun experiences that you'd like to share with me. That would be fantastic. And like I said, I will have Marina's channel linked in the description box. Please go to her channel and subscribe. I absolutely adore Marina. She's one of my dear, dear friends. She creates, like I said at the very beginning, the most beautiful eye looks. They are absolutely incredible. I literally want to like take pictures of her eyes, like close-up pictures of her painted, decorated eyes, and hang them on my wall because they are literally works of art. She is incredible. So thank you guys so much for taking time out of your busy day or evening to sit down and watch my video. It always means the world to me. If you have subscribed or you would like to subscribe, do not forget to hit the notification bell. That way you're aware of all of my future uploads. I cannot wait to see you guys again in my next video, but in the meantime, please take care of yourself, be well, safe, happy, and I cannot wait to see you guys again soon. Thanks again, you guys. Take care. Bye.